I've been kind of wondering when other businesses were going to hop in the chat and partake in trashing Charlie Kirk, and you halfway expect it from certain establishments, but I did not expect Build-A-Bear to join the mix. Apparently, the folks over at Build-A-Bear have been watching all of the chaos take place at Starbucks, and they're like, hold my beer. Because recently a young girl went into a Build-A-Bear. She built her bear, gave him a little suit, kind of like Charlie Kirk. And you see, at the end of building your bear, they make a birth certificate for your teddy bear. I know it sounds kind of stupid to some, but this is tradition at Build-A-Bear. Whenever you build a bear, you get a little birth certificate. It's like a special part of building the bear at Build-A-Bear. Well, when it was time for this girl to give the name for the birth certificate, she told the manager at Build-A-Bear that she wanted to name her teddy bear Charlie Kirk in memory of Charlie Kirk. Well, when she did that, the manager had a mini meltdown. Said, no, you're not going to name this bear Charlie Kirk. No bear that I helped make is going to be named after the bigot hate mongerer Charlie Kirk. And the manager right there on the spot kind of like ripped up the bear's birth certificate and refused to name the bear Charlie Kirk. Now, this is a teddy bear that we're talking about. A teddy bear for a teenage girl. All these people have to do is write Charlie Kirk on the birth certificate and go about their day. It shouldn't be too hard. It's not traumatizing. It's not something that's going to hurt you in any way. Even if you don't like Charlie Kirk, you simply put the name on the birth certificate, give the customer the bear, and y'all go about your separate ways. But no, these people are so hateful that they see these young girls coming in. They want to make a teddy bear for Charlie Kirk because they're really upset by seeing Charlie Kirk get assassinated. Folks, I was upset seeing that video. I know a lot of you all were as well. Think about the younger kids, some of which looked up to Charlie Kirk, that got on their phone and they saw his neck freaking, you know what I mean? So some people were traumatized by this. These teenage girls wanted to go get a little Charlie Kirk teddy bear to comfort them, because they've probably never seen anything that graphic and crazy before. Someone they admired getting assassinated on video for the world to see. And these are teenagers, so I'm sure they're dealing with other weirdo teenagers that are celebrating Charlie's death. So, to comfort themselves, they go to Build-A-Bear to get this teddy bear made, and the manager craps on them at the end, refuses to name a teddy bear after Charlie, rips up the birth certificate. And like I said, it just shows how disgusting these people are. Because you could have easily just gave these people a good experience, regardless if you like Charlie or not. Obviously, these people were emotional. They're coming for some sort of comfort. They get comfort out of this teddy bear. And you ruined that moment. You ruined whatever comfort they may get out of this teddy bear, whatever comfort they were looking for in a moment of mourning. And you highlighted just how hateful some of this country is. Just how hateful the left can be. And I just can't imagine being the type of person that holds that much hatred in their heart. Because after seeing what happened to Charlie, even if I didn't know who he was or knew anything about him at all, after seeing that happen to another human being, it makes me want to do good for other people, right? After seeing what happened to Charlie, it made me grateful to still be here. It made me want to tell my loved ones that I love them, right? It made me want to treat people even better. Because I think that's the reaction that good human beings get when seeing the level of evil that was put on display. It makes you want to be a better person, right? Whereas these whacked out weirdos, they saw Charlie get killed, and not only did they celebrate, but it made them even more hateful. No, I don't want to do an act of kindness for my fellow neighbor. No, I want to hate on my fellow neighbor even more. After seeing that evil, I'm not inspired to do good. I'm inspired to spread more evil and more hate. And that's why I say you can't really reason with these people. There's no reasoning with them. And I think Charlie found that out the hard way, that, some of these people, you can't debate with them anymore. There's no debate with a lot of these people anymore. But they did talk about this on the local news in the area where this happened, luckily, because the left will come out and deny that any of this is happening, even though we have evidence and the stuff is on camera and they're getting caught doing all of this stuff. And I'm going to play that news clip for you really quick. But before I do so, if you're here, if you enjoy the videos, if you support the channel, if you support me, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing, dropping a comment. Always share this video on social media so other people can see it. We know YouTube does not boost my videos in the way that they do others. Also, if you want to take your support even further, if you're feeling generous, you could always donate to the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. It is always greatly appreciated. Now, with that being said, let's roll this news clip and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
It was supposed to be fun.
Me and my friends decided we want to go to Build-A-Bear because we had to go up to Seattle anyways.
But these teens told me Friday's trip to South Center Mall turned political.
It definitely made us all very uncomfortable.
16-year-old Evie McCormick says all she wanted was to honor the man who inspired her for years on social media, Charlie Kirk.
That turned my life around in more ways than I can express. And his name is Charlie Kirk.
But that name didn't make it past the Build-A-Bear manager. Evie says when she finished the special keepsake, the store employee shocked her by refusing to allow the bear to be named after Charlie Kirk. She wouldn't print the name on the bear's birth certificate, a decades-long tradition for the brand.
She just didn't agree with it. She didn't support it, and she told me we're not doing this, folded it up in the forest and threw it away. I scoffed, walked away. I was like, Kaylee, you have to pay for this. I handed her my card, told her my PIN, and I walked away.
I went inside the Build-A-Bear and talked to the manager of the store. When I asked her if this happened here, she said it wasn't something she could comment on and told me to call their corporate office. On the phone, a customer service rep told me the case is being handled internally by the appropriate department. Meanwhile,
I did call corporate and I was on the phone for a good 45 minutes.
Evie's mom took matters into her own hands.
They offered me a $20 gift card just because we had a poor customer experience.
Days later, she says the company admitted that never should have happened and that they would retrain their workforce to keep politics out of the workplace.
Did she apologize? She did. She said that their goal is to try to prevent this sort of situation from happening to anybody else.
Inside the store in Tukwila, the Build-A-Bear Workshop protection policy asks customers to refrain from typing indecent or distasteful names for furry friends. Evie says she never wanted a political standoff inside a store meant for kids. It was simply a way to commemorate the life of someone she looked up to.
It wasn't political until she made it that way.
Eva and her family say they hope this can be a lesson in today's political climate to respect others' beliefs, even at a toy store. Madeline.
This story really ticks me off, but it especially ticks me off because of who this happened to. Now, don't get me wrong, this shouldn't have happened to anyone, right? But the fact that they acted this way and behaved this way with teenage girls who were obviously upset and shaken by Charlie getting killed. I mean, she's crying on the news when talking about the influence Charlie had over her. You can hear that she's getting emotional. So I know that seeing Charlie Kirk get assassinated had to be very impactful for her. You know, like I said, the way it affects younger people, I can't even imagine because of the way it affected me. But it ticks me off even more seeing this behavior towards those young girls. Because it's not like this is like a big MAGA dude. He just drove his big truck up to the mall. He bust into Build-A-Bear with his MAGA hat on, saying, "Make me a goddamn Charlie Kirk bear." And even if that was the case, they should make him his Charlie Kirk bear. But I'm saying that's the way they try to portray, you know, oh my God, it's MAGA. They were just here to get the Charlie Kirk bear. Blah, blah. No, these are teenage girls who are upset by someone getting assassinated that wanted a teddy bear to comfort them, and your radicalized weirdo manager that is probably close to pulling off an assassination themselves decided to shit all over their parade, okay? And crap all over Charlie Kirk and freak out that someone wanted to make a Charlie Kirk teddy bear. Something as simple and easy as printing a name on a piece of paper. No, they had to destroy that moment because they're that upset and that angry that people are sad that Charlie got killed. And you can tell, like, the girls that were going in there to get the bear, I don't think they even thought anything of it. I don't think they thought for 1 second that people would be upset or freak out about it. You know what I mean? And look, I will call stuff out. I've called out that one Karen that obviously went to Starbucks trying to cause problems because she wanted them to say Charlie Kirk's name when delivering her drink. I know how to spot a Karen or someone that's looking for trouble. And when I see that, I'll call it out. But that's not the case here. These are innocent girls that just wanted to go get a teddy bear and had to deal with a psycho leftist manager. And I don't think $20 makes this issue go away. And I think that's kind of stupid. Oh, well, here's a $20 gift card. No, you need to do a lot more than that. You need to donate a freaking 1,000 Charlie Kirk teddy bears to kids around America or something. Like, I don't know. Something needs to be done beyond, oh, here's $20 and we're going to take a look into things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I honestly, I did not think that we would be here talking about Build-A-Bear. Starbucks, it kind of makes sense a little bit, you know. I thought we would maybe see some other businesses taking some stances and doing some gross things. I didn't think we would be having a discussion about Build-A-Bear, though. Yet here we are. The civil war that started at Starbucks has now carried over to Build-A-Bear. And I wonder, will this cause more people to go get Charlie Kirk teddy bears at Build-A-Bear? Will this start a trend of everyone going to get their Charlie Kirk teddy bears? Will we see nightmare stories coming from the Build-A-Bear? I don't know. But if we do, I'll be here to cover it all. So make sure you put on your notifications. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you drop a comment and hit that like button, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.